What's up guys, it's Kyle here. I hope everyone is safe and sound and welcome to another Assassin's Creed Valhalla video. Eivor met many characters along the way in Valhalla, so I thought I'd rank my top 10 for a bit of fun. And I do know people will disagree with me on this, so just wait and see who's number 1. Okay, so at 10 is Folke, one of the members of the Order of the Ancients known as the Instrument. Of course she was a bit of a crazy seer, but she was a very cool villain in my opinion, mainly because of her devotion to her beliefs of the old gods. And after betraying Sigurd, she really made him see who he truly was, and was a part of the coolest confession in the game, so she has to make the list at number 10. At 9 is Hyphen, the Hidden One and Bassine's apprentice. I really did like Hyphen. He surprised me because I thought he wouldn't get on with Eivor, considering he had reservations on Eivor getting the Hidden Blade. But he ended up being the main Hidden One in the game as Bassine was elsewhere. And he explained the leap of faith nicely to Eivor, so fair play. In 8th is Folke, the wise seer who helped Eivor with her visions in Norway and at the settlement. I really loved how she was able to help Eivor. She was so calm and collective and gave some excellent advice. She could also see things that other people couldn't in Eivor, and I wish we saw a little bit more of her, to be honest. Sitting at 7 is Sigurd, Eivor's brother and leader of the Raven clan for the majority of the game. There were parts of Sigurd's story which were so interesting, especially when travelling back to Norway to the Isu temple and going back to Valhalla. I also really liked the moments where Eivor explained how much Sigurd meant to him or her. He was a god reborn, but at times I actually felt really sorry for him. And I hope we get to see a little bit more of him in the DLCs. So at 6 is Guthrum, a Danish Viking who reigned as a king of East Anglia. He demanded respect and was very quick-witted from the start. I liked him because he questioned Eivor's brashness and decision making. And after Eivor made a mistake before trying to rescue Sigurd, he gave Eivor great advice and they triumphed. And by the end of the game he was sort of like a father figure to Eivor. So yeah, he was a brilliant character. On to the top 5 now, and it is Stowe of London. Right from the very start he seemed like a proper caring person who cares for his people and his city. I really warmed to him straight away and really felt for him as he found Trigger dead. He was a big factor in why the London arc was one of my favourite alliances, so fair play to Ubisoft for creating a character that we can kind of relate to today. Sitting at 4 is Soma, a Viking Jarl and great ally to Eivor. You could tell how much her alliance with Eivor meant to her, because Eivor really helped her out early on in the game. She was a real strong leader to her clan and loyal to the end. I mean, the moment where she fell in battle was heartbreaking but so cool at the same time. It reminded me of the Blackbeard death in Black Flag. Rest in peace, Soma. At 3 is the one and only King Alfred of Wessex. The moments with King Alfred were some of the most interesting in the game. He had a real aura about him and his choice of words always seemed to be well thought out and precise. And although he was the king, there also seemed to be a bit of mystery about him. Because although I had a feeling he would end up being a Grand Magister, I didn't quite understand his motives until the very end. So I hope he enjoys baking his bread in peace and we get to see more of him in the DLCs. In second place is Bassine, the Hidden One and Loki. Like with King Alfred, the parts with Bassine were some of the most interesting. I really liked how he taught Eivor about the Hidden Ones near the start of the game, and I wish we got more of that, to be honest. But what really intrigued me about Bassine was of course his ulterior motives, considering what we saw in the Asgard elements. And that moment by the fire was incredible and so well written, but at one point I thought he was going to let the past go. And I really do wonder what he will be up to in the DLCs, considering he will now be using the Animus. We shall see, I guess. And finally, my favourite side character in Assassin's Creed Valhalla is Petra the Hunter. Hardly anyone will agree with me on this, I imagine, but I absolutely love Petra. Because like I said in my Petra is better than Ranfi video, Petra just seemed like a minor side character at the start, but I really grew to love her. She had a sweet soothing voice, was caring and was involved in my favourite part of the game, the Mushrooms quest. How funny was that, by the way? And in the end, I ended up in a romance with her. Yes, she wasn't heavily involved in the story, but she was very well written, and I love it when a character just comes out of the blue. So yes, she truly deserves my #1 spot, and if you think otherwise, let me know. Well, that's it guys, my top 10 Assassin's Creed Valhalla side characters. Let me know what you think, like, subscribe, and see you soon.
Oh, it's cold as a witch's tit in here! Oh, God's truce! Fie on you! Oh, what infernal wakes me?
Are you the Tail Weaver?
Gowan the Dandelion. For the seeds of my stories flit upon the winds of Wessex. But why, mule, do you kick my noggin?